Hello everyone, Old Man Cam here back again today with another review, another quick review of a game that I played in 2019. And today, the game that I would like to cover is one of my top 5 games of last year, Gears 5. Gears 5 is a third-person action game, a shooter if you will, third-person shooter, cover-based. Third-person cover-based shooter, that was a long build-up. Gears 5 is a third-person cover-based shooter built around a team mechanic. It is the quintessential cover-based shooter. It's the codifier, if you will, of cover-based shooters. There have been games like it before and after it, but none of them are as iconic as Gears of War, the series. This one is, I believe, the 6th or 7th game in the series. It follows the standard Gear formula. I won't talk about the story or anything here, because guess what? I've never played the story. I've owned this game since a week before it came out, since I have Xbox Live Game Pass, or whatever it's called, Game Pass Ultimate. I got it a week before it came out, and I have yet to touch the story mode, because I don't play Gears games for their story mode. I think that if there's one series of game that I think I could get the most out of only playing one mode, it would be Gears. I've played exclusively with my friend Mike, and we play Horde, and sometimes we play the escape mode, which is a nice little new addition to this game, in which there's different stages that come out each week, and you have 3 characters that you have to go through and try to escape using limited ammo and limited resources. I think it's a cool mix-up to the game modes. It's also a game mode that you can pick up and put down pretty quickly, but we are only here for Horde. And I can say that just like every other Gears before it, whenever you start playing the old modes, whether that be versus or story mode, whatever it is, execution, team deathmatch, it takes a little while for you to get adjusted to it, and this game was no different. We were very used to playing the Horde mode together on Gears 4. We got very adjusted to it, very used to how difficult it was, especially to play with just 2 people. By the way, I didn't say it explicitly, but I'm pretty much going to be talking about the Horde mode of Gears because that's the vast majority of the game that I play. I'd probably say about 95% of the time I'm playing Horde. We tried to play the versus mode, and it was okay. I mean, it's versus mode. It's pretty much what you would expect in Gears, but we're not all that competitive. We want to play against the computer, and so we play mostly Horde. Going back to what I was saying, the bots are both a blessing and a curse. They are a blessing because they draw attention away from you, especially if you are playing a pretty squishy class or a class that doesn't do well at close range, like Sniper. I play predominantly Sniper. But at the same time, they're really bad. They're really terrible. But it makes the game fun and interesting. There's been certain situations where Mike and I have just got killed and the computers have saved the day. And so that's an interesting mechanic. I like it. I like, even though they're bad, they still try to be helpful. And I've only actually played one class. I've only played the Sniper class since starting, since Mike and I don't play as often as we used to anymore. And I like the update to the skill trees. A lot of the characters have skill trees where you can invest your points, the energy that you get, instead of just putting it all in the fabricator and building things off of the fabricator. There's actually very little that a lot of the characters can do with the fabricator other than make their regular weapons. I like the abilities that you can get to power up your classes. It makes your investment very important, and it also makes your playstyle very different from game to game. Overall, there's not a lot bad to say about this. After I got used to it, it is now the new definitive Gears Horde mode way to play. I think I said this was in at least in my top 3 of games last year. Maybe not. It's pretty solid. It looks good. Has a lot less. It seems to have a lot less of the weird game-breaking glitches that Gears 4 had. It's still a little bit heavy on the monetization front, but there are some cool things there. The ability to unlock new character classes is with gameplay is really, really nice. It's a pretty solid game. I mean, by this point, there's been so many iterations of Gears. I mean, this is probably Xbox's second biggest game name, behind Halo, really. If you like run and gun, wall hugging action, Gears is the game for you. And I've already rambled on too much. Let me go ahead and give Gears 5 and A, and I will see you tomorrow.